If you are a Nintendo fan, more than likely you are familiar with who Reggie Fils Aime is. He, of course, is the president of Nintendo of America. He's been with the company since 2003, and he's always been a very interesting figurehead. Whenever he hits the stage, there's a certain stage presence to him, a certain commanding and booming voice that makes you stop what you're doing and pay attention to him. Reggie has been synonymous with Nintendo's success and Nintendo failures in the United States. He's been with the company, like I said, for nearly 16 years, and it's been a great ride. But it was announced today that Nintendo of America's president, Reggie Fils Aime, is going to be retiring from the company in April of 2019. And honestly, this is a pretty big deal to me. It's really an interesting change of philosophy. It's an interesting change with Nintendo themselves, and it's going to be very interesting to see what the future of Nintendo holds. So I basically just want to talk about Reggie in this video, talk about my experiences, my thoughts, and my memories of him with Nintendo, and then of course talk about the new president who's coming into power, that being Doug Bowser. So sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, check out the giveaway in the description box and pinned comment in the comment section down below, and let's talk about Reggie leaving Nintendo.
Hey, RGT 85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my God, it's Stevie Richards! So before we talk about my thoughts and memories of Reggie with Nintendo, the good things that he's done and the bad things that he's done with Nintendo of America as president, first let's get the facts out of the way. Reggie will be retiring from the company on April 15th, 2019. And since making that announcement, Reggie himself, President Furukawa, and his successor, Doug Bowser, have all made comments about the situation. President Furukawa said the following: "I really appreciate everything Reggie has done for Nintendo. Inside and outside our company, Reggie is known as an exceptional leader. We are grateful that he is leaving the business in good shape with strong momentum. While we will miss him and wish him the very best in his retirement, we are also pleased to have such an able successor ready to step into that role. Doug Bowser and the rest of the team will ensure a seamless transition and continued momentum from Nintendo." Reggie then went on to say the following about his retirement: "Nintendo owns a part of my heart forever. It's a part that is filled with gratitude from the incredibly talented people that I've worked with for the opportunity to represent such a wonderful brand, and most of all, to feel like a member of the world's most positive and enduring gamer community. As I look forward to departing in both good health and good humor, this is not game over for me, but instead leveling up to make more time with my wife, family, and friends." And then, of course, the successor, Doug Bowser, had to say the following as well: "It's been my great fortune to work with and be mentored by Reggie for 4 years at Nintendo of America. And rest assured, we will continue to build on his work to evolve and expand our brand, furthering Nintendo's global mission of creating smiles. There are millions more of those to come." So obviously this is something that's been a long time coming. You know, Reggie's been with the company for 16 years, and of course he's seen a lot of successes, he's seen a lot of failures within the company, and he's really been a prominent role in Nintendo's success, I feel, to some degree because of his stage presence. But before we talk about all of that, I basically just want to talk about my introduction to Reggie, because it's actually pretty interesting. Back in 2004, if you wanted to watch E3 press conferences, they weren't streaming on things like YouTube. YouTube wasn't even around in 2004. Most people didn't even have high-speed internet in their homes. Only like your rich friends had those. So in order to check out E3 presentations, you would actually purchase DVDs from places like GameStop or EB Games, where they would have all the E3 press conferences, all of the games that were revealed as well on these DVDs, and you could watch them at your own leisure. So I remember being at a GameStop and picking up the 2004 E3 DVD because I wanted to see what was going on, and me and my buddy were watching it at my house. And when Nintendo came on, there was this dude named Reggie Fils Aime, and it was like, who the hell is this guy? And he just sort of came out on the stage and he was like, "I'm here to kick ass and we're here to make games," and stuff like that. And
My name is Reggie. I'm about kicking ass. I'm about taking names. And we're about making games.
wow, this dude is very, very different. You know, he's kind of a strange looking dude, but he's obviously knows what he wants, and he's obviously very passionate about what he wants to do with Nintendo. And of course, pretty much since then, any Nintendo event that happened in the US, Reggie was there. Reggie was there at the launch of all the systems at Nintendo World New York. Reggie was doing the late night talk show rounds and, showcasing new systems like the Nintendo Switch or other systems that were available at the time. Reggie's been around for quite a while, over 15 years. You got to think of all the different systems that he was essentially a part of. Of course, he came in sort of around the GameCube era that was transitioning into the Wii era, and back in 2005 is when he overtook the presidency of Nintendo of America. So, the Wii era, the Wii U era, the Nintendo Switch era, the DS era, the 3DS era, like Reggie was a part of all of those things. And yet, he was a company guy. Like sometimes he would say things that were very outlandish and, people would just be scratching their heads. Like the whole Call of Duty is going to play best on the Wii U, and, being so strong and headstrong on the Wii U and it being a potential success. But of course, that never really happened. But you have to give him credit because he was just so passionate about what he did, and he was passionate about what he was talking about. He believed what he was saying. Of course, there's all the memes that came from it. My body is ready.
My body is ready.
And of course, the E3 presentation where there was puppets and just all these little things. Like Reggie was very in tune with fan service. Now, whether he could make things happen or not for those fans, that's a whole different subject. But as far as trying to be the best president he could be and trying to be the best figurehead he could be, when Reggie came into a room and was talking, you would pay attention to Reggie. I think back to the Game Awards 2018, where the president of Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo were all on stage together. And who was the one that stuck out the most? Who was the one that everyone paid attention to? It was Reggie, because Reggie just had that aura about him. He had that presence about him. And it was just something that can't be taught. It's something that you can't learn, I feel. It's something that you're born with. It's something that is just indoctrinated into you. And Reggie had that. He had that stage presence. He had that ability to sell ketchup popsicles to a woman in white gloves. Like, he could convince you of anything and you believed what he was talking about. And I think that's very important in the video game industry, because the whole industry is based on making people believe in your vision, making people believe in your system or your game or your idea in order to make it work, in order to manifest with gamers. And Reggie had that. So now we have to talk about the new president of Nintendo of America, and that is Doug Bowser, as of course April 2019. Now, Doug Bowser has been around Nintendo for about 4 years now. He's been vice president of sales with the company, and of course before that he was involved with Electronic Arts since back in 2007. So he's been someone that's been around the video game industry. Now, obviously, Bowser is a good name to have when you're talking about Nintendo, because one of the most popular characters is of course Bowser, within the Mario universe, but it definitely remains to be seen what sort of stage presence he will have. Will he even have a stage presence? And how his voice will, sort of be compared to Reggie Fils Aime's voice, because like I said, Reggie had that stage presence. He had a bit of that swag to him that you listen when he talked. But I think Doug Bowser is putting himself in an interesting position here. I think an interesting comparison is sort of what we saw in the NBA when David Stern left the NBA and Adam Silver came into office. Not necessarily because Bowser and Adam Silver look pretty damn similar, like, they do look pretty similar. But, David Stern really brought the NBA to prominence, and it really made it this global brand. And when Adam Silver was becoming president of the NBA, a lot of people were questioning what he would be able to do. But since being under Adam Silver, the NBA has really saw a lot of success in terms of dollars and expanding their global brand. So this could be another situation where obviously, Bowser was underneath Reggie, and Reggie probably took him under his wing and taught him a lot of things and showed him a lot of things about how he did things. And I think Bowser is going to take those things and, put his own spin on them, put his own twist on them. But it's definitely a very interesting time for Nintendo. And honestly, it's sort of the end of an era, because Reggie was just so iconic with all of his memes, all of his faces, all of the weird stuff. It's going to be sad that I'm not going to be able to use that Reggie picture anymore that I love to use. It's going to be an E3, E3 2019 is not going to have Reggie in it. And that's just really sad to me. But it's definitely the end of an era. I hope he enjoys his retirement environment, you know, spending time with your family, your wife, and all that stuff. It's very important. You only have one shot at life, so you might as well make the most of it. And if you have a great opportunity, make the most of that opportunity and then move on with your life. So I wish Reggie all the success in the world. Even though there were some highs, there were some lows. He's definitely seen the highest of highs with Nintendo. He's seen the lowest of lows, but he was always an interesting character. And for that, I will definitely miss him. I hope Doug Bowser is able to fill those shoes. I have confidence in Doug Bowser, but it's definitely going to be very interesting to see how everything sort of pans out. So let me know some of your favorite Reggie memories in the comments section down below. Are you upset by this? Do you think this could potentially help Nintendo? And what you think of Doug Bowser? And as always, thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Like I said at the start of the video, check the pinned comment in the comment section or in the description box down below to enter an eShop gift card giveaway, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Later.